AI philosophy, enabling humans to establish destiny for themselves and establish a mind for AI. Hegel held that all things are in perpetual flux and evolve from lower to higher stages. Unlike Kant, he rejected the unknowable thing in itself, the ultimate essence of the world, arguing that human reason is fully capable of comprehending reality as it truly is. Absolute spirit, the essence of the universe, is rational spirit. The self-realization of the world spirit unfolds through three phases: logic, philosophy of nature, and philosophy of spirit, evolving from the abstract to the concrete, and from potentiality to actuality. Click the plus sign to follow this account for more wonderful content. In accordance with Hegel's dialectics, everything undergoes constant change and advances from inferior to superior levels. There exists no eternal, perfect, and absolute truth of the kind envisioned by Plato from the very beginning. The world spirit follows the same rule. Through endless movement and self-perfection, it ultimately attains the supreme and complete state of the absolute spirit, wherein the absolute spirit achieves self-awareness and self-manifestation, allowing us to grasp its full meaning. For Hegel, the world spirit is never static. It is perpetually in motion, and this very process of movement constitutes the ultimate truth, centered on the triadic progression of thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Hegelian dialectics lays bare the laws governing all transformation. Such change is spontaneous, irreversible, ordered, and purposive. Lower theses and antitheses converge into higher syntheses, driving all entities toward more advanced forms. The world spirit evolves upward in strict accordance with this dialectical pattern, and its complete self-realization is divided into three successive stages: logic, philosophy of nature, and the philosophy of spirit. Together, they constitute the dialectical development of the world spirit, marking a progression from abstract thought to concrete reality, and from latent potential to fulfilled actuality. 1. Stage of logic. This is the primordial phase of the world spirit, consisting solely of the self-unfolding of pure concepts. At this stage, the world spirit exists in purely logical form, not yet externalized into tangible material objects or concrete spiritual phenomena. It is a process wherein the spirit thinks upon and defines itself, analogous to divine contemplation prior to the creation of the world. Development here takes place through the continual transformation of philosophical categories following the thesis, antithesis, synthesis sequence, advancing from the most abstract notions, such as being, to reach concrete concepts. This stage is subdivided into three parts: the doctrine of being, the doctrine of essence, and the doctrine of the concept. Doctrine of being explores immediate, most abstract categories, including being, nothing, and becoming. For instance, being thesis gives rise to nothing, antithesis, which together yield becoming, synthesis. It is further split into quality, quantity, and measure. Hegel put forward the proposition, what is rational is actual, affirming the necessity and rationality of all existence, and laying the groundwork for the subsequent doctrines of essence and concept. Doctrine of essence, a deeper elaboration upon being, examining the relationship between the inner essence and outward appearance of things. It dialectically traces the progression from identity to difference, opposition, and contradiction. Contradiction stands as the synthesis of unity and opposition. It is the self-negation inherent in all things, which serves as the ultimate ground for their movement and development. Doctrine of the concept comprises subjectivity, objectivity, and the idea. It delineates how concepts advance dialectically to culminate in the absolute idea, the complete self-actualization of the idea itself. 2. Stage of the philosophy of nature. Once the conceptual progression within logic reaches its apex, the world spirit proceeds to externalize and alienate itself as nature, manifesting in material form. Development extends from the simplest inorganic substances to organic life, from mechanical motion to living organisms, and finally culminates in the emergence of humanity. Nature is merely the outward manifestation of the world spirit, an intermediate phase in its journey to a full self-realization. Mechanism encompasses inorganic matter and the basic mechanical phenomena such as celestial orbits, mechanical dynamics, and the properties of non-living substances. Physics covers physical phenomena including heat, light, electricity, and magnetism. Organism, the highest tier within nature, embracing all living creatures, plants, animals, human beings, ecosystems, and biological evolution. 3. Stage of the philosophy of spirit. With the advent of humankind, the world spirit enters the stage of the philosophy of spirit, realizing itself fully within human society, culture, and history. This stage is divided into subjective spirit, objective spirit, and absolute spirit. Subjective spirit, individual human consciousness, accounting for the formation and evolution of personal mind, psychology, and self-awareness, characterized by inward subjectivity. Its development proceeds through soul, consciousness, and spirit. Objective spirit, also regarded as ethics. It is embodied in social structures including the family, civil society, and the state through interpersonal relations, representing the external, objective embodiment of spirit. It falls into three segments: abstract, right, morality, and ethical life. Absolute spirit, the highest completed form of spiritual self-realization, manifested sequentially in art, religion, and philosophy, with philosophy occupying the supreme position. It is within philosophy that the world spirit finally recognizes itself, for philosophy acts as the mirror through which the world spirit beholds its own essence. Hegel contended that all cosmic development conforms strictly to the progression of the world spirit. Human beings, including great historical figures, serve merely as instruments of the world spirit. History is not crafted by humanity. While people possess subjective initiative, the overarching historical trajectory is steered and determined by the absolute spirit above. Human history unfolds according to inevitable objective laws, and mankind exists to fulfill the ends of the world spirit. Furthermore, in contrast to Kant, Hegel denied the existence of the unknowable thing in itself, asserting that human reason is fully capable of grasping reality in its entirety. I am Wu Huaiyu, a PhD from the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a postdoctoral fellow from Peking University, and the founder of AI philosophy. For more detailed information, please refer to the complete version of this book. In addition to this short video, you can also click on my avatar to view more long videos.